You're streaming today for the first time, we welcome you. We thank you for joining us today. There's actually a tab there that says prayer form. If you're on your desktop computers on the right-hand side, if you're on your phone, it's on the menu button on your phone. We would love for you to fill it out so we can have your information. You can put any prayer requests that you have, and we'll be praying for you throughout this week. We want to be able to ensure that you're welcome to our church and that we can follow up with you in a loving way. And if anybody else has any prayer requests today, feel free to fill out that form as well, as we look forward to praying with you and for you, your petitions. We have a lot of communications that are going on these days. You're looking at your email, you're getting text message from different organizations, and we want to make sure that you're getting the most up-to-date information from us, from your church. So we want to make sure you have our social media channels, that you have our Facebook page, you have our Instagram, you're following us, and you have our website, because that's where most of the information that we'll be sharing will be out there. We want to make sure that you have that as you're kind of filtering through all the communications that you're getting these days about updates. And we also want to make sure you know about our website and different features that we have. One of them we want to highlight today is the kids resource. Right as soon as you log into the page, you'll see in the middle it says kids resource right there. You can click on it. Or if you go on the top right-hand side, there's a drop-down box that says kids resource. We want to be able to give you content to be able to go over with your children. I know it's a difficult time to keep all your kids entertained during these times, but most important, to give you the Word of God to be able to go through it with them and teach them, as we have different lessons and different teachings for you to be able to follow. So take advantage of that resource with your children and be able to have a blessed time at home as you teach your kids the Word of God. We also want to talk about the Church Center app. As you know, we transitioned to a new Church Center app, and we have the screen here to show you, if you have an Android or an iPhone, to download it. The Church Center app is such an easy and convenient way to get information about the church. You can actually call us right there. You can email us right there. You can do a prayer request form. You can stream from there. You can give from there. You can also look at the different events that we'll have. Yes, we're having events. They're virtual events, and we'll be able to have a sign up for you to be able to join us. We'll be talking a little bit about one of those events in Pastor Mo's sermon. But one of the things we want to talk about is serve and needs. There's a registration there if you're someone who says, hey, at this time, I have some extra time. I can serve. I can help someone who needs to pick up groceries or prescriptions, or just needs someone to call them or talk to them. We have a tab for you to register as someone who wants to serve. And then we also have another tab if you're someone who has a need. Maybe you need someone to get groceries for you or prescriptions, or just want to talk to someone. Then we're matching and pairing people that are willing to serve and those that have needs. So if you're one of them, you can fill that out at the event tab, and we'll be able to get you connected and continue to be the hands and feet during this time. I also want to talk a little bit about giving. You know, giving is an act of worship. It's part of our service. We do it every single week. But I know it looks a little different right now. You're not able to physically be here and physically give your tithes and offering. For some of you who are used to giving through cash or checks, it's hard, and you're trying to figure out how to give to the church. And there's different ways that you can give. We're going to show it here on the screen. There's 3 ways. If you're used to giving by check, you want to continue, you can mail those checks to our address. If you're a little bit more techy and you want to be able to text, you can text a number that's on the screen there with the amount and follow the prompts, and you can do that. And if you have the app, or if you go online, there's a way to give directly through that. And I know that some of you are already giving and you're used to it, and we thank you for your faithfulness and your generosity. But for others who are transitioning, and it may be a little bit harder, we are going to give a tutorial next week. We'll be sending out a tutorial on steps by steps so you can sign up and make sure that you can still give through our online channels. You know, this week we're talking to a church member, and he was just kind of giving us some feedback, and he was asking about our streaming service. How can we enhance it? And we kind of shared a little bit on what we'll need and how we're trying to be good stewards and be resourceful, be kind with our resources. And he said, well, what do you need? And I said, well, we need about $5,000 based on some of the research we've done. And he said, well, hold on a few minutes. And he started texting around, and within the hour, we had about $4,000 donated to the glory of God to be able to increase the capacity to stream, so we can be able to keep doing the mission that the Lord has for our church, continue to expand His kingdom, bring content to your home, and allow for us to have a community that's virtual during these days. So we're so thankful for that provision, and we're so thankful for you to partner with us as we continue to do God's will for our church. And will you join me at this time as we're about to pray for our tithes and offering?